Hey y'all, are you ready for reading? Let's get into it. So today I've been receiving so many messages about self-love in particular, self-care, self-tending. And that is certainly the message that is being relayed to me right now. It's like, I don't know about y'all, but it was a hard week, right? It was a really difficult week with lots of challenges that I had to meet and overcome, and there just was not a lot left after it. So I took my happy ass to the beach this morning and laid on that beach for a good couple of hours. And so there's this theme that's really coming through today about that self-love. And it doesn't have to be that you go lay on a beach for a couple of hours like me. I'm kind of a lizard. But there's something that needs to kind of be addressed right now in terms of the level of love that you're giving yourself, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you got two jumpers, the Hierophant reversed as well as the Hermit. I love the Hermit card. It is my birth card, but there's some real need for solitude here. And with the Hierophant coming out reversed, it's like they're showing me like an unplugging, right? Like a cord that is being unplugged. Like you need to unplug yourself and really focus on that inner light, that inner love. Giving yourself some nourishment is what I'm really hearing right now, because maybe you've had a rough day, a rough week, a rough month, rough years, whatever the case might be for you. There is some real self-care that needs to be given to yourself right now. And it's like they're showing me the image of somebody like running themselves ragged, right? Like running themselves ragged. But you really have to give yourself a pause. And the pause is really important because it's in that pause that big leaps happen. And I'm not sure if we're still in the 35th gene key transit right now, but they're really bringing my attention to that wormhole, right? A wormhole can open up for you when you take those pauses. When you're so busy, you can't see where the pauses need to be, or even really settle into those pauses, right? Settle into those aha moments. So that's really what they're bringing through right now, is there's a pause that needs to happen so that you can refill yourself, that you can refill your cup, because they're showing me the image of a lot of people support, like needing your support, right? Leaning on you. But do you have anybody to lean on yourself? That's some big questions right there, and all too often most of us don't. So let's see what else needs to wants to come out. We got Eight of Cups reversed, bottom of the deck. Yeah, something needs to be unplugged and walked away from in this moment. And then you got the World, Eight of Swords, and Four of Wands, followed by the King of Cups. This is a really interesting card combo here, right? And it's almost like, okay, all right, I get it. Yeah, the World and the Four of Wands coming out, which is again like this completion, this celebration, really. But that can't happen because it's almost like you're not allowing it to happen, right? And so there's a real thought process maybe that you can't enjoy things, or you're not enjoying what you're in right now. And Spirit is really bringing through the idea that this is like a self-imposed prison almost, right? Because there are some good things that are happening in your life, and that's what they're kind of bringing through now, is like you have some really, really amazing things that are coming through. But it's like, are you allowing yourself to enjoy them? Are you giving yourself those pauses to actually enjoy them? And with the Eight of Swords coming out, especially in a reverse position, this is definitely self-inflicted, right? The King of Cups is all about rising above, being okay, and sometimes emotionally turbulent waters. And Spirit really wants you to kind of like rise above, right? There might be a lot of chaos and a lot of back and forth in your life. And Spirit really wants to kind of like raise your boat up a little bit so that you can actually enjoy these really good things that are in your life, right? These things are amazing, and there's such a positive feeling around them. but it's like you don't give yourself either credit or enough time to enjoy them. You don't give yourself enough integration, maybe, of these good times. And they're bringing through the idea too that, you've been through some really hard times, right? So maybe it's like you don't know how to enjoy those good times. And let me tell you, I really resonate with that as well. It's hard, right? Life can be really hard sometimes. And we have to allow ourselves to enjoy the good times, right? Without always expecting like the other shoe to drop. Yeah, they're showing me another shoe dropping. But Spirit doesn't want you to be so concerned about that right now. So what's really needed in this moment is the unplug, right? You really have to unplug so that you can maybe let those emotions like run, so that you can have some clarity around them, right? Again, it's like they're giving me the image of somebody on like a treadmill now, where it's like just going, 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 but without ever stopping to pause. And they keep bringing through the pause, right? A pause is necessary. Pause, 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 pause. And if only we could like push pause on life, that would be amazing, especially if you have kids. It'd be like, I just want to pause it right here. But we can't pause life, but we can create those moments of pause for ourselves. Ah, what a beautiful, beautiful message. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards here. Let's see if they have any final messages for us. But really, like, fill your own cup is what I want to say here. Like, really focus on that. And it can be hard to carve out that time, right? Like, I've got 2 small kids. I know it can be super challenging. But there's always moments, right? There's always moments, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And that's how I personally do all of my like meditative or yoga practices, is I just carve out those moments. And you really have to put effort into it. Otherwise, life will overwhelm you, you know? So let's see. Any final messages? Yeah. So Justice, 3 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you've got big things on your horizon, big things on your to-do list, but they're really showing me again, that person on the treadmill. You're not going to be able to make any forward movement until you take these pauses, until you take that time of reflection, because you can't run on empty, right? That's what they're saying right now. You cannot run on empty. So you might have big things on your to-do list. It could be just like regular shit that you've got to get done. It could be like big goals, big dreams, big visions. All of that is gravy. Spirit doesn't want to dissuade you from any of that, but you got to take the pause first, right? So that your work can be fresh, so that you can be fresh enough to put your best foot forward in your work. Because again, you've got this beautiful growth happening here with the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. But you got to give it some time to grow, right? Give yourself some time to grow. Give yourself some time to just love on yourself, right? Like, nobody else usually does it for us. So we have to carve out that time to do it for ourselves. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little slower today because I have been baking in the sun all day, but I'm going to leave it there. And I really hope you enjoyed the pauses in this reading and you carve out some time for pauses in your life. I'll see you next time. Be blessed.